Like most teenage guys amped up on testosterone and Marvel comic books, I wanted to be a hero. I wanted to be the hero who leaped into the pool and saved the voluptuous girl from drowning and applied mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. The hero who pulled the voluptuous girl from the burning car and applied mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I wanted to be the hero that climbed the tree and brought the shivering kitten back down into the hands of the grateful, buxom girl, and if mouth-to-mouth resuscitation was required for kitten or girl, I was available. A few years ago at the office, I had a chance to be a hero. It was late at night. It was an academic office, and so the only two people left in the building were a couple of female grad students down at the other end of the hall. And it's around 7 p.m., I'm typing away on an email, and suddenly I hear this shrieking from the other end of the hall, jump up, run down, see the door open, stick my head in, and see both girls backed up against the wall, and I said, "What is it? What's going on?" And they said, "It's a roach!" And I said, "Oh, for God's sake." "But no," they said, "it's huge." Okay. So I go over to the desk where they're pointing, and I look around. I don't see anything, so I take the desk, and I yank it out from the wall. And sure enough, the biggest roach I have ever seen comes scooting out the side. Looks like this little primordial armored car. This little brown robot shooting to the other side of the room into this pile of stuff. Okay, here's my chance to take my big muscles and pull the office chair away from the pile and pull out the piles of magazines and the filing boxes, and finally all that's left is this little bookcase. So I reach down, one hand on the bookcase, one hand at the ready, pull the bookcase out, and the roach shoots out to the side. I reach down and grab it. Now you've heard about the guy who would not hurt a fly. That's me. I'm that guy. I've got no problem with my brother the roach. He didn't ask to be a roach, just like I didn't ask to be a human being. But here we are, so I plan just to take him over to the window and toss him out. But I'm not feeling the tickle of little feet in my hand. So very carefully, I start peeling back my fingers so I can see inside and see that he's not there. So I turn around and I look at the women, and one of them screams, "Ah!" And the other one claps her hand over her mouth. And she is pointing at my head. And sticking out from my hair, I see these two antennae waving like a pair of chopsticks. And what I do next is completely automatic. I do this kind of soccer ball headbutt into the air, and the roach drops down onto the floor right at the feet of these women. And they are shrieking and bouncing and dancing. And I gotta tell you, they're both really voluptuous women. So it's like everything is moving in every possible direction. It's like Newton's 3 laws of motion just came down from heaven and revealed themselves to me. And it takes all of my willpower to tear my eyes away from this vision of bliss and look at a roach, which by now has shot back under the desk. So I say to these women, "Okay, why don't you take that broom and you take that yardstick, start beating on one end of the desk. I will wait on the other end. We'll flush him out." That's what happens. Reach down, grab him, take him over to the window and toss him out. And I watch him disappear into the distance like Wile E. Coyote down into the bottom of the Grand Canyon. I say, "Good luck, Roach. See you in the next lifetime." And I turn around. And those women are saying, "Thank you, thank you, you are our hero." And I am strutting out of that office. I am swaggering down the hall like a combination of Frank Sinatra and Rambo. It's like, take that, Bruce Willis. And I get down to my office and I think, if ever there was a time to ask either of these girls for a date, or both at once, now is the time. At last, now is the time for mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.